Hey guys, SD here. There's a few little things we found. Trigger wire, start trigger wire going back into the block. I tightened down the little lugs holding it in there, and it actually snapped through that wire, and it was still partially holding on some of the wire, penetrating through the coating. That's why we were getting like an intermittent adjustment when we were checking resistance. And I went ahead and did this one also and put some tin on the end of that, put it in there, and then ran that back up through here. Remember, I had the little block right here for the start and end run of the coils right here, and I ran it straight back up to the block, back up here, and come to find out from moving that coil back and forwards, left and right, this was so tight because these are soldered connections here that it actually moved this, and that was slightly loose right there also. I replaced this with a wire here and did the same thing with here and ran that one back up underneath there. On the side of the pot, we had this 100 ohm resistor in there, so we could try to get some more adjustments on there. If I wiggled that left or right, backwards or forwards like this, while we had the meter set in ohms, we had a connection on the battery clamp here, but it wasn't hooked up to the batteries, as you guys know, and we ran it off the back end of the pot. And if I wiggled that, you would actually see the resistance change quite a bit. Completely redid all that, did another wiggle test on it. Doug will have to give you details on which way you have to wiggle, left or right, up or down. He's an expert at it. And once I did that again, I got no movement in checking it out in ohms. So I fired her back up, got the little worker battery on there. It's 18AH, it's sitting at 13.49, 1234 on the primary battery. We'll run it up that way you can just see how responsive this is. This is quite a bit more responsive than before. It jumps right up. I had a lot of slack in it before. The tabs going in through the sides of the pot were also loose, so we replaced that one. This one here, there's no slop in it, and you turn it and it goes right up. It's just an automatic response. We're actually putting out over an amp into that. Let me back her back off. See how she just comes right back down. And there's no left or right swing play in it at all anymore. What you want, that's exactly what you get. Alrighty, I'll post this up for you guys, and what I'm going to do is experiment. I'm going to make a new trigger coil just for the grins. It's basically going to be the same thing, same run winding, and the same size trigger wire that I'm using on the run. I'm going to try it on the triggers to see if it does anything different. And then Doug's working with me on the resistance here. We'll get back into that. We're trying to control the on time for each of the transistors firing. He says everything's pretty close right now. But again, like I said, he just barely touched this pot now, and that's what you get. None of that forward and backwards free swinging motion anymore. Alright, we'll see you guys in the room.